Robin Roberts made no attempt to hide her disdain for guest Omarosa Manigault on Thursday after she appeared on Good Morning America. The aide to President Trump sat down with Michael Strahan for her first interview since reports emerged that she was fired from the White House, and managed to tell her side of the story with no real pushback from the ABC morning show co-host. That friendly chat proved to be too much for Roberts, however, especially after the sit-down wrapped and Strahan joked, "I don't know if she's ever going to have a relationship with President Trump. Fourth time could be the charm." Roberts responded by coolly turning her face towards George Stephanopoulos and saying, "She said she has a story to tell and I'm sure she'll be selling that story." The legendary newswoman then paused for a beat, looked directly at the camera, and said, "Bye Felicia." Omarosa was quick to engage, however, writing in a text to Inside Edition just hours later, "That's petty. It's a black woman's civil war." The line "Bye Felicia" comes from the 1995 film Friday, in which Felicia is a minor character who is widely disliked by the main characters portrayed by Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. Ice Cube utters the famous line while Tucker shows Felicia away when she asks the two to borrow their car and have a joint in the film. It has gained prominence over the past decade as a way of dismissing unwanted and disliked individuals. The spelling of the character's name has also been changed to reflect the more popular version in the U.S. Omarosa would not share her entire story with Strahan about her dismissal from the White House, saying, "It is a profound story that I know the world will want to hear." It was that claim which appeared to set Roberts off and prompt her later comment. Roberts also sent out tweets teasing every single interview on GMA Thursday except Omarosa's earlier in the morning. There has been no comment from Roberts or ABC about the low-key savage moment. In her interview with Strahan, Omarosa said reports that she made a scene while being escorted from the White House grounds this week are 100% false, and questioned why no photos or video of the alleged ruckus had surfaced if that was the case. She claims that she resigned after a conversation with White House Chief of Staff John Kelly about some of her concerns and will remain on the staff through the administration's one-year mark. The outgoing presidential advisor also alluded to seeing and hearing things during her 11 months in the White House that made her unhappy and uncomfortable, but declined to give specific examples. "I resigned and I didn't do that in the residence as being reported. John Kelly and I sat down in the Situation Room, which is a very secure, very quiet room in the White House, and we had a very candid conversation," she explained to Strahan. "But when I have a chance to tell my story, Michael, quite a story to tell as the only African-American woman in this White House, as a senior staff and assistant to the president." She continued, "I have seen things that have made me uncomfortable, that have upset me, that have affected me deeply and emotionally, that has affected my community and my people, and when I can tell my story, it is a profound story that I know the world will want to hear." Roberts is not the first person to dismiss Omarosa in the wake of her firing, with political pundit Angela Rye going after the former Apprentice star on CNN Wednesday. "Bye girl," Rice said after learning Omarosa was out at the White House. "Goodbye, good riddance, goodbye." Meanwhile, Wednesday night President Trump tweeted, "Thank you Omarosa for your service. I wish you continued success." Omarosa, who worked for Vice President Gore's office during the 90s, was named Communications Director for the Office of Public Liaison in the White House soon after the election. It is one of the highest paid positions in the administration, with